Hey everybody, thanks for being with us tonight. We got about 2 minutes or so till we're ready to go, and we have a great show for you this evening, so thanks for tuning in. Colby, Alec, things looking okay? We're good. All right, 2 minutes, we'll be right back. Thanks. Good evening. I'm Chris Eisenberg, one of two deputy directors here at the Natural History Museum of Utah, and also the director of philanthropy. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here at the Rio Tinto Center. Now, usually around this time of year, I'd be here in the canyon welcoming 400 of our closest friends and supporters, including many of you, to our annual fundraising gala. But 2020 is not like any other year. If all had gone according to plan, the gala would have raised just over $500,000 tonight to support the work of the Natural History Museum of Utah. But as we all know, very little this year has gone according to plan. These last 3 months have tested our community and this museum in ways we never could have imagined. Since closing to the public back in March, NHMU has faced extraordinary challenges. Fortunately, as a museum of natural history, evolution is in our DNA. We are committed to meeting this moment, inspiring you and your families, and serving our community during this time of great need. That is why we launched the Fund the Future campaign. Now, I know many of you have already given generously, and we are very grateful for your support. If you haven't had a chance yet to donate, though, please click the link on the page now or call the number on your screen. Donations made during the Fund the Future campaign are being matched dollar for dollar up to $100,000, thanks to our incredible matching grant funders. We have some great things in store for you tonight. A look at what the museum has been up to and what we have planned for the year ahead, a special musical performance, and a toast to some of the best friends and supporters a museum could ask for. But first, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the new Executive Director of the Natural History Museum of Utah, Dr. Jason Cryan.
Oh, hello. You've caught me sprucing up the dinosaurs. I'm Jason Cryan, the brand new Executive Director of the museum, and I'm truly thrilled to be here with you this evening. I've had the pleasure of living in Utah before, 20 years ago, as a postdoc at BYU. The prospect of returning to this state that I love and joining the museum that I've long admired was an opportunity I simply could not pass up. That said, this has not been exactly the start that I'd envisioned. My first day on the job was in mid-March, and my first 3 official duties: close the museum, send the staff and volunteers home, and assess the place for earthquake damage. It's been a wild start, and though I've only been inside the museum myself a handful of times, I've been reminded time and time again why I wanted to be here. I couldn't be more honored or more proud to be part of this creative team of museum professionals. They're meeting the moment and providing learning opportunities for our community and for communities around the globe. Though our front doors have been closed to the public since mid-March, we've still been hard at work, as you'll see this evening. As impressed as I am with the staff and volunteers, I'm equally humbled by the dedication of you, the community who loves this museum so much. And I can say with honesty that you, the Friends of the Museum, are more devoted to this place than any group that I've encountered in my previous positions. And for that, I'm truly grateful. Friends, we have more work to do. We can't stop. We see the need in our community, and we must fill that need. This is why we're here. This is why our Fund the Future campaign is so important. And this is why your support matters.
I miss grandeur. I miss driving up that hill and seeing our beautiful building. I miss walking up the stairs into the canyon and just having that immense, beautiful space. I miss the Ceratopsian wall. I miss looking down on the dinosaurs from the Life Gallery. Life is just feeling pretty small right now.
I miss the science and interacting with other scientists and
the other volunteers.
And the other volunteers and the staff. I learned something every single time I go into that museum.
It's definitely a much different space. I mean, we've been trying to keep the lights off and conserving as much electricity and power and things like that. And so when you do roam the museum on patrols nowadays, it's dark and there's nobody in there, and so you find yourself talking to the dinosaurs as you're walking around and things like that.
Despite being physically closed, the Natural History Museum of Utah has been hard at work to meet the moment. Within days of schools closing across the country, we launched Research Quest Live, offering live stream science classes to students at home. We've put together virtual tours, field trips, we've pivoted our summer camp programming to be offered online, and we've stayed engaged with our teen explainers and our youth teaching youth students from home.
The museum's online programming really saved me when we went into the school closure. I mean, we were in school like normal on a Friday afternoon and got an email shortly thereafter saying, okay, we're out. You have 2 days to completely prep and be ready to go online.
So we immediately saw there was a need within the education community that teachers were being thrown into online teaching with very little resources, very little time. And so we knew that they could rely on us and that we could be a wonderful resource for them to develop these online and virtual programs that they would then be able to use with their students.
And so I used those for my students and found that I was able to engage them in real science that was challenging, fun, and interesting, that kept them learning and growing despite the fact that they were no longer in my classroom.
And what I learned from Research Quest was how to actually use evidence to solve a big question, like what happened to Cleveland dinosaur quarry.
I am so excited for the museum to reopen. After this period of isolation and also real interesting pause, people are going to be more curious in why we're here, what makes us a part of this planet, what is our role. And I feel like this museum specifically addresses that.
The museum is a place where I feel safe. Like, I know that I'm going for a reason. I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna grow, and there's not gonna be any judgment.
I have this incredible sense in my mind. It will be fine. We will go back. We will learn again. We will explore again. We will be able to come together as a community there again. It will happen.
We need your help now more than ever before. Your gift today will help support the important programming and the resources that our museum is offering online, and will ensure that we're able to bring staff back together, reopen our doors to you, the public, as soon as we can.
If you're able, please consider making a generous gift to support the Fund the Future campaign at the Natural History Museum of Utah.
I want to personally thank you for being part of the museum community, and thank you very much for your support for the Natural History Museum of Utah. We can't wait to see you back in the galleries when we reopen. Thanks to the staff and supporters who put together that special message. Some of you are meeting me for the first time tonight as Executive Director. But if you really want to get to know me, put me with insects, lots of them, and the bigger the better. And that's where I am now in the museum's life exhibit. I'm an entomologist, so this display, which highlights the vast diversity of life on Earth, including insects, makes me feel right at home. I wanted to show you one of my favorites. This is the peanut head bug. Many people think this looks like a cicada with a peanut on its head. Peanuts aren't that scary though, and really we think this is a lizard mimic. What better way to escape being eaten than to look like a predator? I love sharing the science of the museum with our visitors, and even though the museum is closed, we've been hard at work bringing science into your living rooms, your kitchens, and your backyards. Here's a look at what we've been up to.
Hi, welcome to Research Quest Live. We're so excited to have you here in class today. My name is Tracy and I will be your teacher for today. We are going to be working on what is the future of a forest under attack, part 1. And we are going to be working today and tomorrow on this investigation.
Welcome to the land exhibit here at the Natural History Museum of Utah. Here we explore Utah's diverse geologic past and learn about how the Earth works.
Welcome back. This time I want to share with you some pro tips for getting to know plants.
Hi, I'm Victoria Russell. I'm a bioelectrochemist, and this is Sofa Science.
We've all been learning to work from home, which is why this spot, my office, is just a little unfamiliar to me. Since I started in March, I haven't been able to really use it, so I thought I'd spruce it up just a bit. As Chris mentioned earlier, tonight's the night that we were planning to host our annual gala. I haven't been, but I hear there's always great music. Luckily, we've got a special treat from some museum supporters who really know how to rock. Salt Lake City's very own Disgusting Brothers Band was the headline act last fall at our 50th anniversary party, the 1969 celebration. As a tribute to the museum, they've taken a very appropriate song from that night and reimagined it for tonight's Fund the Future event. Here's the Disgusting Brothers Band with Not Fade Away.
not fade away. I said love, this love will not fade away. Not fade away.
Wow. A huge thanks to the Disgusting Brothers Band, both for the music and for their incredible support of this museum. I'm in nature all around us and everything's looking great. And that's good news, because this exhibition has been extended, so you'll have the opportunity to see it once we reopen. Our community's support helped us create this amazing exhibit, and your contributions during the Fund the Future campaign will make even more programs, exhibits, and research possible during the year to come. Here's what some of our team members are most excited about as they look to the future.
I'm excited about getting volunteers back into the building at the Rio Tinto Center. Last year was a record year for us in volunteer service. We had over 700 volunteers donate their time to the museum, and I'm really excited to get them back in action. And what we've learned from our closure is that our volunteers are excited to help us whether or not they can be in our buildings. So I'm also really excited to continue to expand the ways that volunteers can contribute to the work we do at NHMU virtually.
I am super excited about our new Research Quest archaeology investigations. They're set in Range Creek here in Utah. They're designed to support critical thinking skills, and they're a heck of a lot of fun for kiddos. So we're very excited to get them out to kids in Utah and around the world.
When guests visit the Natural History Museum of Utah, they start their adventure in the iconic canyon. It features a 30-foot collections wall with over 600 amazing objects and a topographic map of Utah. When we reopen, I'm really excited to unveil a new map that will allow guests to see Utah in a whole new way.
I am so excited to be able to get back together with our middle and high school participants from the Youth Teaching Youth program. We have missed them terribly over this summer. Despite the fact that we've been in contact with them virtually, nothing is the same as working together.
I'm excited that we're extending the run of our special exhibit, Nature All Around Us, so that when the museum reopens this summer, you'll have a chance to come visit it one more time. And I'm super excited that we are in the process of negotiating a national tour for the exhibit. And when we get back to work this fall at the museum, we'll be finalizing the details that will send the exhibit out on a 10-year tour.
I am super excited to be back at the museum working with all of our colleagues on our collections digitization initiative. This is a long-term project to make our collections digitally accessible to everyone. This includes scanning notes and maps, as well as photographing and 3D scanning many of the objects themselves so that we can put them on the web and make them accessible to researchers, students, and members of the public.
I am so excited about a new exhibit project we're working on. This is a project that will reinvent the Sky Gallery and add all new components to Utah Futures. It's a project we're working on with colleagues across the university and also, of course, in our museum. We're totally stoked to bring this new content to all of you.
As you just saw, there is a lot of exciting work to be done. That is why we're focused on the future, and that is why we launched the Fund the Future campaign. We are intensely focused on what lies ahead, on reopening, on welcoming our staff and you back safely to the museum, and continuing our ambitious plans for serving this community. Your support is helping to make all of this possible. Now, if you haven't had a chance yet to donate to the Fund the Future campaign, please click the link on the page now or call the number on your screen. We are incredibly grateful to the amazing funders who made possible our $100,000 matching grant. Thanks to Chevron, Preston Chiaro, the DeFiore Family Foundation, the I.J. and Janae Wagner Charitable Foundation, J.P. Morgan Private Bank, Paula Swanner Sargitakis and Joseph Sargitakis of Frog Bench Farms, the Stephen G. and Susan E. Dankers Family Foundation, the Willard L. Eccles Foundation, and X-Mission. Now, over the past few weeks, we have been touched by the generosity so many of you have shown the museum. I am thrilled to announce that because of your remarkable support, we have more than met our $100,000 matching grant goal. I would also like to thank the 2020 Gala Committee, including our intrepid Gala Chair, Jane Perkins. Jane and the committee have provided tremendous support, persistent encouragement, and creative problem solving as we have faced unprecedented challenges this year. I know that they can't wait to be with you here at the museum at next summer's gala. And finally, on behalf of the staff here at the Natural History Museum of Utah, I want to thank you, some of the best friends and supporters a museum could ever ask for. We are deeply grateful for you, and we miss you. Jason?
Thanks, Chris. I also want to thank you for spending time with us this evening and for your unwavering support of the museum. I'm confident that we'll make it through these challenging times and we'll do it together as a community. I look forward to the time when we can gather again in our beautiful museum and I can raise a glass to thank you in person. Until then, consider this a virtual toast. I raise my dinosaur duster and salute to you. Thank you.
On behalf of us here at the Natural History Museum of Utah,
thank you so much for your support. Your generosity powers the future of this institution,
helping to make possible everything from rich online education for students at home
and ongoing scientific research,
to developing exciting new exhibitions
and preparing to welcome the public back into our building.
We are very grateful for our community's commitment to elevating the mission of the museum,
which is to illuminate the natural world and the place of humans within it. Thank you.
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 Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We can't wait to see you in our galleries soon.